What's up, peeps? We're gonna go cheapest way possible tint windows in black cloud here. I mean cheap. Cheap. So I got some 20-some-year-old window tint here. You know, it's I think the static cling stuff. We're gonna see if it works. We'll do the back window first and work our way around the truck. But I don't know if it's gonna work. Stuff's super old for window tint. I got some, so we're gonna try it. And I got some tint plates. I don't know. I don't really tint windows. I'm gonna lay the tint over on that and cut it. Use the eyeball meter to put it in the window. Oh, and if I mess up, if there's like some corners it's not slightly, you know, really, it's showing daylight through, we'll just take a permanent marker or some kind of marker and color the window in black. Fill the gaps. Yeah, so now I got me squeegee. I only got some spray on it. I don't know. I haven't done this forever. And you got to clean the window. So just going to wipe it off and hope for the best. Definitely going to do the back. My buddy gave me something to do these with. Might attempt that. Not sure what I'm going to do with the other windows yet. And I think I got a strip that goes across the top, but I'm not doing that right now. Let's try to work on these back ones and see how bad I can screw that up. You know, why not? So we'll use up some of this stuff that's been laying around on my shelf for 20 years, 25, I don't know, a long time. So let's get at it. So I got, you know, my table set up. That's all I got. These are just big enough for the center section of the window, so I'm going to use them first. You know, they look good. It don't have to be perfect. So let me figure something out here and cutting this up and trying to ruin it. That's what I do. Cool, let's get at it. Alright, I got one piece in. As you can see, there's some gaps. So we'll take like a black marker, like permanent marker, and go around the edges of it. It's fine by me. Cut around the little lock there. Do the same thing there. I'll probably do the same thing with this one, because I know I'm going to leave some gaps. It looks pretty. I was hoping to be a little darker. It says 20%. But that's all I got. I don't feel like buying any. Nothing's cheap. Use what you got, right? So I'm going to use what I got and fill that in later. Probably not till I'm done. But I don't know how long it's going to last, but I got enough of this. I keep putting some on for a while. Try it out. I had it on my, I had a 56 Bel Air years ago, and that's what I did with them windows. I just stuck the stuff on there and took a, you know, marker around the edges. Never know, you know, you're cruising down the road 55, staying alive. Alright, let me just cut out another square for the other side, and then we'll work on the bigger windows there on the sides. Yeah, fun. So, since this was already, you know, cut up once, you know, probably 15 years ago, you gotta make your straight edges again. So I plopped that on there. I know that wasn't cut. That was, and that corner was. So cut that off, and it gives you at least, you know, half of it that's close to being square. Then you just start lopping off the other edges and go from there. That's how to do the other piece. Yep. Alright, it's cut. Alright, I've got this one cut out. It's got a little dirt behind it, so I'm going to have to try to get some of that out of there before I put it up there. Plus I got to clean that side of the window. I did this side, I got to clean this side. So let me get this in the truck. Let's figure out how I'm going to get some of that dirt off of it. Try to black this thing out. Alright, that one's in. Not pretty. Do the same thing. Take a marker to it. But from back here, like once you marker it, you're not going to tell. Yep. I'm not perfect at this stuff. I haven't done a window in, I don't know, 20 years since probably used this last. I did my old Bel Air. Same stuff. The only problem with this tint is it's super thick. It doesn't like to cut. So it makes it a little difficult. So I guess we'll move on to the bigger window. That'll be fun. Cutting that sucker out. That'll be a beast. Alright. Let's go. Definitely doesn't look purty on the inside, but I wanted to find something to cover up the cracks. Oh well. This stuff does not like to cut. It's just really thick. It is looking cooler, I guess. So time to cut out the other side. See if I can screw it up. This stuff is, I wouldn't really recommend it. It's really thick. I mean, I guess it's easier to put on, but it's just really thick. So use what you got. That's all I got. I don't feel like buying anything, like I said. I guess we want to get the other side done. Maybe work on the vent windows. I don't know. I only have a couple pieces of it to screw up. Then I'll have to cut something out of this thicker stuff, which definitely won't be fun. And this tint, something got into this box. It's kind of dirty on the outside. I'm hoping it's not on the inside of it. But, you know, it's just, you know, it's not perfect. So let's cut another piece. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, when I did one of these vent windows, this pre-cut stuff, it fits really good. Like, it's awesome. So we'll end up doing the same thing here that we're going to do with the back, is just, you know, I think we'll use a paint marker on that, because part of marker really don't do nothing. So I think I got a paint marker, but, you know, that fits awesome. Got to trim that little corner too, but I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I got this one that's pre-cut. Same thing as there. This one, it's for the right side. This is the only one I have for the left side, so this has got to work. But I got a template if I need to cut one of them other ones, which probably won't be too fun. Then there's a roll pin right there. I'm going to use a little tiny nail to get it out. Super tiny. Hammer. Then clean the window, and that's it. That's the first time I've used some actual tint. Oh wow. I had a 98 Escort. 4-door. Tinted all 4 windows and all the little vent windows. Probably the only Escort on the planet that had all the freaking windows blacked out. Pretty sure that's the last time I used the actual tint. So it's not too bad for, I don't know, maybe 2 decades since I've used actual tint. Who knows? I have no idea. So let's knock this roll pin out and go from there. Alright, got the lock and the roll pin out. Cleaned it. Took a razor blade to some of it. And on this actual tint, it took me a hot minute to figure out which side was what. Then I realized you get some tape, you start peeling. And the clear stuff that comes off, that's the side you go to the window. So yeah, that took me a little bit to figure out. So it's ready. So, you know, it's got some wrinkles in it, but who cares? Use what you got, right? I don't say that or nothing, just use what you got. Alright, let's see if I can screw this one up. The other one went alright. So it fits perfect. There's no gaps in it whatsoever, you know. Paint marker or spray paint. Maybe spray paint if my marker don't work. Alright. Alright, this one's on. The pre-cut stuff is awesome. You know, it fits, you know, just perfect. So, I'll find a color marker or something. So I guess next we're going to move on to the side windows. Not sure if I have enough for them. I gotta look. Hopefully, if not, I don't know. I'll figure out something. I'm gonna leave the knobs off for a few days, let that dry up. But yeah, it's not perfect, but using what I got. Cool. So I'll have to dig out that static clean stuff that I got on the back. So that's all I got. But the only problem is, as long as it don't get caught on that, that stuff's really thick. And I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do that because them windows are big. Real big. So you have to give me a, you know, a minute. And figure this one out next. Okie started to you know, dab some paint, some cheap paint that's been laying around for 7 years, I think. You know, found out vent windows from like the late 70s and after 81 are different. So that's why this tint didn't fit in there just perfect, but it worked anyway. Put a bunch of paint down along the edges. Yeah, it don't look pretty, but oh well. Look good from the outside. So I guess that's about done. I might go around it again. On the outside it don't. You can't tell. Looks perfect. So I started on these windows. I gotta take the door panel off. So I have a piece of glass all, you know, I've been laying outside for 25 years I think now. So this is, I'm going to do the passenger door. This is the driver's door glass. So I already cut out around it. And so I'll pick this up. It should just go right to that one. And it should be ready to roll. I'm using that really thick stuff, so it's going to be awesome to trim because I got to trim somehow in these edges on both sides and some at the top. Because it's definitely not going to go down in there. It's too thick. That's where I'm at. You know, it's not perfect. Usually what you got, and I got, you know, 20-some-year-old tint and some really old glass laying around. So let's roll with this one. See how bad I can screw this one up. Num num num. Alright, door panel was off. It took a minute. It was fighting. Stuck right there. So now I'm going to try to fit the tent over here, but somehow, like I said, I got to cut back in here out of it because that stuff's so thick it ain't going to ride in there, so it's going to be fun to cut that stuff. Yeah. First, clean the window. Alright, there it is. Actually turned out better than the back ones, but we're going to use spray paint along the edges. So I masked it off. I'm going to get a piece of cardboard and get around it. I had to trim some of it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So got some really old spray paint, and we'll just put something here and this one will be done. Then we got to start the other side. Like I said, I used that glass to make this one. It worked out really well, and it's better scissors to cut it. So it's that time for the word of the show. We're going to go with skizzers, which is scissors. Skizzers. Alright, time to do the same thing on this side. Got screws down here. These two here. Might be one right back in there. Sometimes there's one there, but I think it's going on the other side. I got my handy dandy tool here to get the window crankulator off. Take the door lock off. Makes it a little easier. Lock it. Makes it easier. And that's pretty much it to get the panel off. Well, it's got clips here you gotta push up on. I've had this panel off before, so it should come off easy. That side never had off, and that side was a bear. But on these windows, the vent windows, ooh, wreck there. See how these go up all the way, all the way. Over here on the 84, they are a little smaller because it's got more rubber up here. And they're not as wide. I'm not sure what's different. There might be the rubber here. It's thicker. Yeah, definitely thicker. Yeah, that's the difference on an older one and a newer square body. Yeah, didn't know that till like the other day. So we're going to do the same thing on this one. Laid out the glass, which is this side. Cut it out. Then what I'll do, I'll take the scissors and go back around it and trim off a little bit so have the edges that won't rot into the groove and rip it off, because this tint, like I said, is thicker. Then we'll do, you know, spray paint or paint, whatever I got, and get around the edges. Go from there for it. Yeah. Yep. Boom shakalaka. It's already done. Don't look bad. Had to paint some around the corner. Yep. So, the plan is, while the door panels are off, because that was a bear getting off too, we'll go ahead and paint all the doors black and door panels black, just to get that out of the way, because I'm eventually going to do the rest of the truck. Since they're off, that's the plan. So I already got them, I don't know, I scuffed them a little bit. That looks super awesome. But just going to shoot something on them. I think I got some 10-year, 15-year-old paint that goes on them. And I already kind of scuffed this door down. I guess paint will stick to it. It doesn't matter. It's not a show truck. And then I'll just I just cleaned that and scuffed it a little bit up around. Do the same to that. See how that turns out. I got some engine paint for that. The door panels actually has some plastic paint. Well, plastic door panel paint stuff. I don't know if it's got enough in the can to do both of these panels. Probably not. Might have to go find some. Or just use engine paint. Put like a light dusting of the plastic stuff, plastic door panel paint on it, and go over it with engine paint. I don't know. We'll see. Don't feel like buying nothing. Everything's expensive. So I gotta wait for the door panels to dry a little bit. I did wipe them down. Probably with the wrong stuff. Just some water and stuff you wash your hands with. That's all I got. So that's where I'm at. So I'll throw some paint on this and show you what it looks like when it's done. Probably not super awesome, but so I got a seat cover. It's like I think it's black or something. And I'll paint the dash pad sometime, and you know, bottom of everything else. Just not right now. Just thought, why do all else while the door panels are off? So give me a minute, and I'll show you what it looks like. Oakley dokley. It is all painted. Does not look pretty at all. Door panels, and they're alright. You know. Yep. There's the armrest. And this door. It'll work. Then I got a, I'm going to change my steering wheel to this Grant one. This is what I had in my first square body I ever owned. But all I got left to it is that steering wheel. Change out that chrome one. Then, don't know. It's all probably for now on this one, but I'll show you what it looks like when you get all these panels back on. I'm waiting for them to dry a little bit. And, yeah, stick them right back on the truck. Yeah. See what that looks like when that's done. Should be cooler. Then somewhere down there are future roads. You know, do dash pad, all the cab, basically the whole inside the cab's going to get painted. I'm looking forward to that one. Tape up windows and other stuffs. All right, let's hurry up and watch paint dry. All right, door panels are back in, And I found out something else. I got like fairly new cranks, but they're out of the Chevelle back here, which you can't really see. Apparently they're different. So I robbed these out of my 84 truck, and that's what I'm using. That's all I have that match for now. But yeah, looks pretty cool. Now I need to do the rest of it, like the dash underneath there, and the whole cabin will get done for a little while. I do have some black visors. I gotta find them. Might wait till I do everything else. We'll see. But we'll change the steering wheel, and that's probably gonna do it for this one. This looks pretty simple. Hopefully I don't need a puller. There's the other panel. Groovy. This zap that big nut off there with some tools. It's straight. Can't you tell? Because the way it is, it's straight. So when I put this one on, I'll make it straight, and hopefully that's fine. Don't know. Find out in a minute. Alright, there is the wheel. I like it. Just got to work on, like I said, the rest of it. Getting it all painted up sometime, and get the seat cover in it. And you know, other stuff. But it looks cool. Door panels look, I guess, cool or alright. Not in bad shape for, it does say 1977 on the panels. So I'm assuming they're original, I guess. Most time the tops of them are so baked they just flake off. They just deteriorate here up in these little corners and stuff, and they're just toast. But that's probably going to do it for this episode. So stay tuned for more funs and funs and more funs. Yep. I'll catch you next time. Oakley dokley peeps, anybody paying attention, I already used that word of the show. Yeah, I was editing and yeah, I already used it. So I'll leave that one in there because I'm not editing it up. So we're just going to add a new one on the end here. So it's going to be tummel, which is tunnel. So tummel. Yeah. So there it is. I'm pretty sure I haven't used that one. I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. I just used it on, I don't know, a few episodes back. Yeah, I don't remember nothing. So there it is, tummel.